This podcast is brought to you by The Pod Tower, hosted by the Watchtower database. Visit youtube.com/thepodtower for informative, hilarious DC animation-themed podcasts and live streams every week. And check out the Watchtower database for DCAU video essays, timelines, fan theories, and more. And please, enjoy the show. What's your favorite Cloverfield movie? Of the three you haven't seen. Just give me a ballpark of what you would expect it would be. Do you want me to tell you the titles of the movies?
Tell me the titles. Yeah.
You can guess whether it's Superman or Batman.
Yeah.
There's Cloverfield.
Okay.
There's 10 Cloverfield Lane. And there's The Cloverfield Paradox. That's the order they came out to.
Definitely the Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Cloverfield.
Definitely shit.
Definitely the Cloverdale Paradox, which is paradoxical because Cloverdale is a town that exists twice in Oregon. Wait a minute. There is actually a Cloverdale Paradox.
They can't be there at the same time.
There's the town where the Fire Spinning Festival that I help out with is like, I think technically Cloverdale. And for whatever reason, there's another sign that points,
but it says Cloverdale.
And so it's like, what is this other Cloverdale? And I've never actually looked it up. And so we're going to start out the podcast this way.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what's the right answer?
I was just going to say, I just watched all of them in a row, and I hadn't seen the third one, and I saw the second one when it came out, but it had been a long time. The second one, I think, is absolutely the best of the three. It's very...
Really?
Very...
Are you talking about 10 Cloverdale Lane?
Yeah. It's very suspenseful. It's got John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And they're locked in a bunker and shit like that, and shit ensues.
They're bunkering down really hard?
Really, really deep and hard. It's not what you think.
Oh my.
But
there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloverdale monster himself.
Here you go, listener, look this up. There's a Cloverdale, Oregon. The first one I looked to was understandably the one on the coast.
You don't need to do this.
And then south of Pleasant Hill, east of Cresswell, there's a Cloverdale, Oregon. Again, same spelling. You can have two town names in the same state? How?
In the Cloverfield movies, the name Cloverfield comes from like three different things. It's a different thing every movie. That's the paradox, I guess. I don't know.
That is very paradox.
And they never tell you what the fuck is going on at any time. Welcome to the podcast.
What a life. Also, do you say John Goodman?
Yeah, not good man?
No, I'm just saying. Is that who you said was in the second one?
Oh, I thought you were saying, do you say John Goodman? Because I know he pronounces it differently. I'm like,
I pronounce it Jahone Goodman.
Yeah. Did you know that Raven Simone's name isn't Raven Simone?
Who's Raven
Simone?
I'm
talking about? That's so Raven.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Wow.
That doesn't matter to you, so I won't even continue.
I just want to say John Goodman, though, is like one of my favorite actors.
He was really good in the movie, too.
He's great in everything. I
would say you can watch any of the three Cloverfield movies separately and not miss anything, so you should just watch the second one that he's in.
They're horror adjacent, right?
Yeah, they're not really, though. Like, the second one's probably the spookiest, but not in like a monster ghost way, just in like a terror of humans interacting kind of way.
I love that.
It's good. Greetings. Welcome to 149 episode. Jesus Christ. I don't want to do this anymore.
Which part? The whole thing?
Just the podcast, I'm sick of this shit.
Well, let's call it right there.
Yeah, okay. You've seen enough. That's fine.
I'm pretty much a professional at this point in time.
I do wonder what the halfway point is. I should figure that out at some point. I'm sure we haven't reached it yet, but it would be good to know. So that we can both have a checkpoint of like, okay, just have to do all that we've done again the second time.
And that'll be in another like 3 years.
Yeah.
We're going to do this for eternity.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the paradox, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm James from the Watchtower Database YouTube channel. That's my name. That's my full name. And I'm here to show my good buddy Brian
from the Watchtower
name,
Database
the
YouTube
DC
channel.
Animated Universe.
That's my whole name.
I was going to say your last name is the entire DC Animated Universe from start to finish for the very first time in the controversial airdate order.
I don't think I could get that changed legally.
I know.
That's like too many.
Away from
long.
that, yeah, I would understand why you don't want it to be that, because that's way too long.
Yeah.
So he may view these shows the way human beings experienced them in the far gone days of the 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're watching the Superman the Animated Series episode, Obsession. Your prediction last time was Obsesso comes from space. Then you found out it was Toyman, and you just kind of had a, oh man, why? Oh no, kind of reaction, and didn't really guess what was going on at all.
There's going to be toys. Like, yeah. I made a joke to Alora last week after receiving the toy from my man.
You are the toy man.
Yeah. I made a joke
toy,
that,
man.
You know the big old super out of date map that I have in my hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like just thumbtacked into there because like have not found a frame that big. I don't know how to make that happen. And I made the joke that like, oh, I'm just gonna hang the toy on one of these things, you know, and it'll just stay forever. And Laura was like, "Don't you dare!" And I was like, "Haha, I'm doing it." Just as a joke. It's now been there a week.
It's still there. Yeah.
It's still there.
Just creeping around every time.
It's the first thing I see when I leave, because it's on the left side of the map. So as soon as I leave my bedroom in the morning, I'm just looking at the creeper doing this like
I have a news gun, he says.
Translate the news
right at you. At the time of this recording,
1:44 p.m. That's almost the episode number.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to burn 5 minutes?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Do you want me to just say 140? We'll do another take. And we'll be like,
it's sure.
It's
oh
149.
Okay,
it's like the episode.
The time
wow.
of this recording.
144.
Oh, damn it. I thought we were doing a thing. Superman the Animated Series is streaming on Max and available on DVD and Blu-ray.
Mother dog.
You're doing the dog. We're doing the dog thing again. Where the dog is back. It never left. Okay. If you'd like to follow along, you can head over to bit.ly/watchdcau. The link's in the show notes. All right. This episode first aired Saturday, November 14th, 1998 at 9 a.m. on Kids WB. 1 week after our last episode, Beware the Creeper in Brian's Hallway. This aired number 45 and produced number 47.
Produced.
This is an interesting little chunk of crew here that I had to like double take here. We have story by Paul Dini and then two new ones, Andrew Donkin and Ron Fogelman.
We had Rich Fogel.
Yeah, I know.
And now we have a Fogelman.
Man. Yeah.
Good
He's
man?
More Fogel than Rich Fogel ever thinks he could be.
But is he a good man?
We have teleplay by Andrew Donkin and Ron Fogelman. I don't know. He's Ron. At least.
Is he a Fogel?
I hope so.
Man?
We have director Dan Reba.
1:46 p.m.
And music by Shirley Walker with animation by Coco/Dong Yang. What do you think? I meant to look this up. Andrew Donkin. Let's see what he's done.
He's the founder of Donkin Donuts.
Hey. He wrote Artemis Fowl, the graphic novel. Oh. That's interesting. Bunch of Artemis Fowl stuff.
I don't know what that is, man.
You don't know what that is? I've never read it, but it's his famous name.
Oh, okay.
So he's written a book called Sexy Beast, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh.
So I think you need to find that.
1:47 p.m.
He wrote a Young Indiana Jones comic book and Real Ghostbusters comic book and Batman Legends of the Dark Knight comic book. That's cool.
Have you seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
No.
It's another Guy Ritchie. It's like Snatch. It's like most of the same cast and
I've seen what's that Robert Downey Jr. movie?
Iron Man?
No. Oppenheimer, where he's shooting, scoot and boogie, whatever that's called, whatever the fuck. What the hell is that called?
Fuck, dude,
this is important.
Know. One moment, please.
Robert Downey Jr. shooting movie.
That's gonna be Iron Man. First result.
It's gonna be like, oh, he's shooting a movie.
Shooting a movie.
Sure, fucking is. Oh my god, Robert Downey Jr. gun movie. Fucking hell, man. It's not going to matter.
Are you talking about the Old West one?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking
What
of something
Old
else.
West movie is Robert Downey Jr.
1:48 p.m. We're getting there.
God damn it. I'm just
Dear
gonna
listener,
keep
this is your
gonna
life
scroll.
ticking by. I'm just giving you
Yeah, it sure
a heads up.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang is what I was thinking of. Anyway, Ron Fogelman, he wrote, his IMDb credit is one episode of Superman the Animated Series, and that's it.
So this.
He wrote this. That's pretty cool. What a guy.
He writes, Toyman obsesses over Watchtower database popular podcast called Jotabua, which I wish we had a like.
It's just Jotba. Bat-Wagon is
It's
just
hyphenated?
one. Yeah, but I think in an acronym, you don't put the second half of a hyphenated thing.
1:49 p.m. 1:49, just like the episode.
In an acronym, oh my God, we did kill 5 minutes. In an acronym, do you count the hyphenated word? No, when forming an acronym, you do not count hyphens. Well, I know the hyphen. Okay.
Don't read the AA results. They will be wrong.
Yeah. Do you like this podcast, Brian?
Me? No.
Do you include the second half of hyphenated words in an acronym? Yes, you should include the second half of hyphenated. Oh, it should be Jotboy. Damn, man.
I'm just saying, it still doesn't, neither of them sound good. Jot is like, but you also don't do the, right? You just do jobwa.
Jobwa.
We're just figuring this out. How many years have we been doing this for?
Head over the link in the description to send us a Yoppie beverage and support the show. And we'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode, and we'll plug your shit. And we'll also do a push up for every $1. So send us a coffee for our health and your entertainment. I heard you. Today's Yoppie Bevs come to us from Ian the Thompson again.
Yeah, we're still doing it.
25. We're doing 25 again, so we'll
Do you
be
want to do
halfway
squats?
done.
Do you want to do squats?
Sure. Okay, what do I squat with? I gotta have some extra. This is a pretty heavy water bottle right now.
Just do your like core engaging and your positioning right, and make sure you're balancing correctly on your feet. And you shouldn't need more than your body weight. But let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 151,
4, 7, 5, 8, 6. Do you speed these up?
9. I will this time.
8,
10,
9, 11, 10, 12, 11, 13, 12, 14, 13, 15, 14, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
So 25. My quads.
So for my PT, I've been doing those on like a balance board. And I kind of wanted to cheat because I've been doing 90 a day. Pretty cool, huh?
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you the official synopsis right now before we watch the episode? Oh, okay.
Why? Would you? Why do you want to?
No.
What?
It was just the next thing down.
1:52 p.m. Let's go watch a thing.
Okay.
Oh, Darci, so beautiful. Soon you'll be all mine. Yippee! Yeehaw! Don't tell me, Sheriff, I can guess. Superman? What's this? Oh, Darci. The Ridgemont, room 1002.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, Darci.
Oh. Smell your green striped underwear.
Oh, no. Bringing it back.
Should we have left it alone ever?
I mean, I never had green striped underwear, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you do.
Synyap. If you're
You always have.
Synyap. What you just watched. Synyap.
I'm wondering what I just watched.
Take a listen to the synopsis.
Underwear.
The short summary, which is sometimes kind of long.
Brian definitely owns those. What happened in Obsession? B-Ride,
By
the science
Calvin
guy?
Klein.
LL Cool J.
You kind of have to make the subtitle by Calvin Klein.
LL Cool J by Calvin Klein.
No, Obsession. Because I think they had that. Like, I think that's like what everyone was picking on for like all of the 90s. There was like lame ass advertisements. You look it up. I'll talk about what happened. Okay. So,
oh, you're totally right. Yeah.
Is that in your trivs, motherfucker?
No.
Well, it should be.
When did it come out?
1994.
85.
God damn it.
When did Calvin Klein come out is what I want to know.
1985.
So what happens in this episode of Superman the Animated Series titled Obsession by Calvin Klein?
There's a swimsuit model thing going on, like a runway.
Thing? That's a person, Brian.
No, it's not. Jimmy and Clark are there to cover the event, and all these toys bust in and are like, "Hi, I'm an astronaut. I'm gonna kidnap this girl." And the other one's like, "Hi, I'm a cowboy, and I'm gonna kidnap this girl." And the other one was like, what was the other one?
Knight.
Oh, and a knight comes in and he's like, "Hi, I'm a knight. I'm going to steal this girl." And
they all said that. They all spoke words at all.
Yeah, they definitely all spoke words at all. And they try to steal the girl, and Superman and Clark's like, "Uh-oh, got to be Superman real quick." And Superman's like, "Don't steal the girl." And he punches the astronaut and gets her back. And then he's like, "Man, I gotta like figure this out." And the Toyman's like, "Hey, I'm hanging out." And the cowboy comes back with his head like holding onto his head like the headless horseman or whatever. And he's like, "Well, I didn't get you," and he definitely used these words, "I didn't get you the girl that you wanted, but I did get you her robe." And he sniffs it. The Toyman sniffs it like a creep, and then her like hotel or whatever room key falls out of her robe. For whatever reason,
Darci smells like she's a robot.
Probably perfume.
Yeah. Okay. Obsession.
Yeah.
That's why the episode's called that.
So Superman and Clark, same person, they're checking out her apartment, and she gets back and she's like, "Whoa, what's going on here, Clark?" And then a giant fighting kangaroo robot comes through the window and has a big fight with Superman.
I like the way she's like, "Oh, what are you, some kind of stalker?" And he says, "I'm a reporter." So, "Oh, even worse," and starts calling the police. And then this person that she thinks is there to like either do harm to her or just be creepy or whatever is like, "Oh, I know Lana Lang, famous woman." Like, and she's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine," and puts the phone down. Like, no, I don't think so.
"Hello, I know someone." "Oh, well, if you know someone."
I thought you were just a loner that's never met another person in their entire life, and that would have been bad, but thank goodness.
Let's see, there's the fight,
Kangaroo,
and Darci, the DM, she trips and smashes her face against a mirror, a marble, plant pot thing, whatever. Like, clocks herself really good. Yeah. We all exclaimed.
I didn't remember that it happened, but it was. I also knew she was a robot, even though you were constantly guessing she was a robot. But regardless, it was quite the slam into the mirror. It was very high velocity, big sound effect. Yeah,
big boom, big bada boom. Yeah, and so she smashes her face, and then she has like a mysterious crack on her face, and I was like, "Called it!"
You did.
And then we're gonna fast forward to Darci's in her makeup room, makeuping, and by makeuping I mean torching her face and screwing screws back in because she's like a robot.
Screwing a screw in and then right back out again immediately.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So it reminded me of I don't remember what, I think it was like Spice Girls or something, some like music video where they're on like a construction set that there's videos posted of where they're just like hammering tires and like screwing in walls. Like they're just doing nothing that's actually a real thing. And that just made me think of the way that she's like repairing herself like the Terminator, but she's also like a ditzy model woman. So she's just like, Ricky, like, "Oh, this will probably, I'll just blowtorch. Maybe I can put myself back together. Don't worry. I know what to do."
I was waiting to see what the blowtorch was going to do. And it like made like a red, like a hot spot. And then it like cooled down. And then she grabbed the screwdriver. I'm like, "Oh, well, what What did that do?
I just needed to blowtorch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just need to blow a little bit.
Do some blowtorch.
So then Lana walks in and is like, "Oh my God, you're a robot?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a robot." And then she goes to walk away, and then Lana's
Big
like,
whoop, want to fight about it?
Yeah,
And she says, yes.
Well, Lana, I don't quite get what the whole like fighting part was until it just kind of like it happened. Like they didn't have like fighting words. There's no escalation. It was just like Lana went to like, I don't know, leave. I don't even know what started it off.
Darci explained to Lana, whatever, "Oh, I'm a Toyman creation. I'm a robot, actually. And he made me from a Darci doll, like Barbie doll, whatever. And remember those when you were a kid?" And they're having like a moment.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she decides, like, I'm going to leave and go kill a supervillain, Lana Lang's like, "Let me call the police." And then she goes, "No." And they start running away and fighting.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
She could have just not done that or not cared. You know, I don't know.
Yep.
The police aren't going to get there in time or stop a robot, so it doesn't matter.
Classic police. The blowtorch stays on. It gets knocked over. It sets tissues on fire, which then rapidly sets the rest of the building on fire.
Yeah.
And Superman
sets
comes
the room
in.
on fire quickly, but then when they go in the other room, she just hears and turns around and the whole room's on fire. Like, oh, okay.
Yes, that definitely happens. And so what after that?
Superman comes and claps the fire away.
Oh my fuck.
He goes,
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, close your ears, Lana. And then he turns around and he just goes, and the fire goes, oh. It doesn't go out, by the way. It just like blows. And then he's like, that's done.
Was it a Superman or Batman? Didn't we watch something where someone says like, "Close your eyes and pray" or something? Doesn't that sound familiar? Isn't that a thing that we watched? But it reminded me of that. Just close your ears. How? And then he just claps. Oh my God.
So I would love to see the scientific study on can sound waves be strong enough to put out fire?
I understood that to be that somehow he's creating a gust of wind by clapping so hard. I don't know what that, but it also
Couldn't he just
could
do his
be
blow
vibrations or whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
but
like
you would have had to breathe in a bunch of smoke fire to do that. I don't know.
So there's SPL, sound pressure levels, which is like
Superman's puckered lips.
Yes, that's what that means. Which is like the measurement of like amplitude of sound waves, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. That's supposed to be a joke. Anyway, so Superman claps out the fire. We're just jumping straight to that, Jamie.
Yeah.
Superman claps out the fire, and then Darci goes to confront Toyman. Toyman captures her. She can't hurt him because of her programming or whatever bullshit. And then Superman has to fight a video game, and then he beats the video game. And then we don't get to see Chekhov's on-off switch hanging out in the toy helicopter.
No, we don't.
Toyman and Helicopter Girl go away in the toy helicopter. We're going with it. They're getting away, and she's like, "Well, I can't kill you directly, but I can kill you indirectly by threatening your life, by ending your life," which is something she couldn't do. But then she did it anyway because I don't know the end. She gets away. She survives, and she takes a train. Goodbye.
I like how she survived the helicopter explosion, but couldn't survive face to window or whatever happened in the hotel room. Like, oh, she survived because she's a robot, but what we know of her, whatever.
She got kangarooed pretty hard. Maybe she's just having a bad day.
I like to, whenever she was being captured by a different toy, Superman's top priority was to destroy the toy, then save her. Like when the astronaut's carrying her away, he punches like through its chest, and you're like, maybe save the girl first. And then when the kangaroo has her in his pouch, Laura was like, she's in there as Superman's just throwing
Superman's
the
like
kangaroo
suplexing
around.
the kangaroo, breaking it to pieces, and then
a normal human would be in there like splattering around.
Yeah, they would be mashed potatoes.
Oh God! As he opens it up, I thought you were a robot. I'm sorry. Why the fuck would I have been a robot? The official synopsis: Smitten with love, Toyman will do anything, even destroy Metropolis to get to Darci Mason. Was he destroying Metropolis? A mechanical fashion model. The only person standing between Toyman and his obsession for Darci is, of course, Superman.
Wow, they just the biggest spoiler of the episode they put in the one sentence of the description. Cool.
Yeah, we haven't had that for a while.
Good job, fuckaroonies.
A definite robot.
Superman saves a robot supermodel. Which, I mean, that's not really a joke. That's just what they said.
A mechanical fashion model named Darci, who is the robot in the episode.
Amazing.
I think this was okay.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, Jamie?
I think it was okay. It was kind of a run-of-the-mill, like, not... What do you do? Brian's... He's put his headphones in
I'm making my hair pretty. Don't worry about it. I'm helping you focus on your description. Okay, go.
That's great. I like that look. Everyone can see it.
Yes.
Obsession. It's okay. It's a run-of-the-mill episode that happened... and nothing was terrible about it, but it didn't wow me ever, really. I think the only thing I thought was pretty good about it was just the kind of more creative, like toy-related stuff, or like how they were fighting Superman instead of Superman just punching everything. Like he used a bunch of different powers this episode. He kind of got his ass kicked a little bit.
This was another one of those episodes where I feel like he had varying levels of strength, where he's just like, I can fuck up everything. And other times he's like, I don't know, this kangaroo's pretty strong.
A rope around my neck, a problem for me.
He punched, he exploded the knight with one punch, and then the cowboy comes up with a gun. He shoots the gun at him. No bullets. It's just like a
rope gun.
In place of like a bang flag, it's like a lasso that comes out of the gun and catches him. And despite that, he can, again, in just a few seconds, punch the dude's head clean off. He's like struggling with this rope.
Yeah.
And then the kangaroo fight, again, other times he's like, oh, this is so tough. And other times he's like, I'm going to rip your arm off without any strain whatsoever. Yeah. What?
It was a mix of Superman was really bad at fighting and then also somehow really good at fighting the ninja thing, where
he gets his ass kicked and he's like, wait a minute, I'm learning the moves and now I'm not even struggling.
Well, so as that scene was happening, I was remembering like seeing this episode as a kid, and that my takeaway from that scene was like, oh, it's cool how sometimes they'll give us these moments where Superman he can't get out of a scenario with his like brawn, so he has to use his brains, blah, blah, blah. And it was so cool how he figured out what the ninja was doing. But then when we watched it this time, and I'm like, maybe that works when you're a kid or something, like it comes off that way. But we didn't get any like repetition of the moves that the ninja's doing that we could see. Oh, clearly he can just catch what the ninja's doing. And then the Toyman takes over manual controls, and he shouldn't be able to dodge anything because he doesn't know what's coming next. So then why can he still dodge it? I don't know. Because the episode needs to be over.
The interesting thing there, though, is like you're talking about how he uses his brain over his brawn, which I do appreciate.
Yeah.
The thing is, he used his brain, then his brawn.
Oh, yeah. Now that I'm done with that, I'll just punch him again. Also, just that, like, I don't know, we had this early on where I think it was my girl, Lana Lang's in, like, the lead vat thing, like, about to have lead poured on her. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, literally, like, falling out of the thing at her, like, 3 feet above her body. And Superman, like, looks and turns and starts running like a normal person at her. Yeah. And then somehow manages to get there in time to, like, put the cape over, whatever he does. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And that we had this, like, how the fuck is that, like, the timing of that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That happened with the ninja fight, too, where the ninja, oh, I learned your moves and I can dodge. And then he goes whoosh, and goes behind the ninja.
And then just
like
still
at
fighting.
Super speed, and then just stands there, and the Toyman has enough time to go, no, let me switch to manual control, and beep, boop, boop, and then they're still fighting, and it's like, no, he could have just taken him out in like 1 second at that point, but I guess
yeah,
not.
but instead he has to make a point of like, haha, Toyman, you think you're so good? I will stand behind your man and not
stand
punch him.
behind your man. Push him into a wall of
So then then he's doing the oh my god.
Escape in a helicopter with helicopter girl. All right, please stop me, please.
I'm so no, man. You make this a hit song. I want to hit number 1.
Yeah. Obsession.
I'm really pissed that we didn't have like Chekhov's on-off switch.
Yeah,
because like we know that she's like super duper strong.
They showed the on-off switch in the same way that they showed Yoppie Foods or Running by Zorbas or whatever, where it's like it's there, but they don't like zoom in on it to show you like, look, the on-off switch.
But there's an on-off switch.
I know,
man.
and it would have made sense for her to just, she could have kicked the control panel like she does, but then she could have turned around and gone like on the on the off switch.
Yeah, and then just held his hands together or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking brutal.
There's a kind of a cool concept about the very ending of this episode that I guess I'm sort of glad that you didn't pick up on potentially, but it was a lot of people have made the assumption that the briefcase has the Toyman's body in it at the end of the episode, and that's why it's so heavy or whatever. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's just supposed to show us, to make sure we know this is still Darci, because, heavy thing, the bellhop guy couldn't do it, but she can do it because she's strong. The end. I think that's all it is.
I got the impression that this was like cast iron because the doorman couldn't budget. But
why would she, at the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, why would she have stuff? Because she didn't have stuff.
Repair stuff. That was my thought.
It's all my blowtorches.
It's blowtorches.
50 blowtorches.
Blowtorches and body parts, which would be a really great subtitle.
Yeah, okay. Even though you did not by Calvin Klein.
I mean,
Blowtorch by Calvin Klein. I'll find
yeah, so I don't know. I think it's an interesting theory that it's him in there, but
it's creepy and cool. But I don't know.
Way creepier. But I think that's giving this episode a little too much credit. I would also like to say that, like, okay, humans as deadweight, absolutely a struggle. However, the bellhop dude, whatever, train assistant man, I don't know what you call him. Like, in theory, like someone's like passed out and, the building's going to explode. You do the like scoop him into the arms and drag him out. Like, I feel like maybe he could pick up one, if it was a body in there, I think he could pick up one side of the chest and, this is too heavy. It was an immovable object, which means it has to be 300 pounds, 400 pounds, something like that.
Also, the Toyman is like 4 feet tall at most. So
so he weighs 6 pounds.
Yeah. Well, she just filled his body with lead or something. She put him in the lead vat and then she didn't run over fast enough.
I like that.
Now he's the toy. Bum, bum, bum.
She's like, I want a companion, but it needs to be metal. So she just fills him full of lead. And not in a gangster way.
I remembered how the Death Fist Ninja was going to be a thing at the end of the episode. And yet the episode just kept going and going and going, and it hadn't happened yet. And I was starting to think, am I thinking of a different episode somehow? Like, no. I don't think so. But I think just somehow, like, they crammed a lot of stuff in here. I don't know if it felt too rushed at all, but I do wish that there was a little more time to, like, be with Darci as a person before it's just she's a robot or whatever. But you guessed she was a robot so quickly.
Well, she had nothing in her house, nothing in her drawers, nothing in her fridge, and it was just like, yep, she either doesn't live there and she's covering up, or she's a robot. And she came back to that spot. I'm like, she's a robot.
If we could have had like one more scene after the fashion show of her doing like normal things before Clark Kent goes and investigates the nothingness, we would at least like care more about her, I guess. Like, because I want to care about her more than I do, I guess.
That was my exact takeaway, and almost exact wording was just like, I feel like I didn't care about anybody. I don't like the Toyman. I don't have anything invested in him.
Well,
Superman, sure,
Superman's
whatever.
Superman, yeah.
Superman. And this chick, we saw her like walk the runway, and then she gets into her car, and then she comes into her apartment, and then she's suddenly superhuman. The end.
Yeah. It's a robot. Okay, who's a robot? Who's Darci? I don't know.
Right. And we're supposed to care about it or something. And I'm giving it a hard time. Like, I don't think this episode was like specifically bad.
No.
It just wasn't specifically good. And I think it missed on the beats that it needed to hit. Like
Yeah.
Do we care about Darci? To give him some credit, I think it's hard to give humanity to something inhuman.
Yeah.
Like Darci.
Like your dogs.
What?
Max and
Dogs
DVD
are humans.
That's true.
Still, we didn't care.
It is like tough for me to decide how I feel about this episode because I don't have any special attachment to it. I know like every episode of all of these, someone has some kind of, I taped this as a baby boy and now it's my favorite. Mm-hmm. But there's like, I don't know, there's nothing, I'm pretty sure I saw this one more often when Toonami would do like some sort of marathon of episodes more than I did like on purpose. Like if, a bunch of Superman's happening, I'll watch that.
Mm-hmm.
And, Obsession was one of them. Neat. But it wasn't like I would seek it out or something, but
it's a pretty creepy episode. It's got its creep moments.
Yeah. It gets away with a lot of like the smelling the clothes. You don't know she's a robot yet. And the whole, just him sitting in darkness going, oh, Darci, about, like a person you assume is just a fashion model that he appreciates or something a little too much.
That's the other thing too. It's a weird his reactions are written to be some obsessive, creepy dude, not a creator of a robot, android,
robot,
something or other. That's I also
couldn't quite.
That doesn't track for me.
I didn't really understand whether was there a life-size Darci doll that he gave sentience to, or did he completely ground up make the Darci doll? Because either way, if it's like a famous toy, why does no one ever go like, that Darci lady looks suspiciously exactly like a Darci doll, the famous doll?
That would be like some like
Body
dead ringer. There'd be some like dead ringer Barbie.
Yeah.
Named
I guess
Barbie, who happens to be like a supermodel.
I guess you wouldn't just automatically assume, that's probably a robot version of the doll. But then again, this is the Superman world, so you might assume that. I don't know.
Well.
Cast. It's Tim Daly as Superman / Clark Kent. There's Nancy Travis as Darci Mason. This is her only DCAU acting credit. She plays Harriet Michaels in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh.
I think that's like the main woman. She's Vanessa Baxter, Tim Allen's character's wife, in 194 episodes of Last Man Standing, which is some recent Tim Allen sitcom.
Haven't seen that.
I've never watched. And she's Bernice, Beverly, and Beatrice on Duckman Private Dick.
Vitz sent me a picture the other day.
Yeah, he sent me the same.
Okay. He's got the Duckman Private Dick DVD. And it made me realize I just need to do the same thing.
Yeah, I think we need to do a bonus episode for that at some point. We talked about it.
Agreed.
We don't need to do like a full
play-by-play
series necessarily, but just maybe watch some of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bud Cort as the Toyman, Jolie Fisher as Lana Lang, David Kaufman as Jimmy Olsen, Townsend Coleman as Death Fist Ninja. I guess going just that's all he had to do, but someone had to do it. He was previously Chick in It's Never Too Late, programmer in Steel and McGorry's, co-pilot in Livewire, captain in the Promethean, Muggsy in Double Talk, additional voices in Sub-Zero, and Rocco in Old Wounds.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh my God.
We haven't had any crossover from Rocco's Modern Life, have we?
I think there's been a couple.
Has there been?
Who voiced Rocco in Rocco's
please.
Modern Life?
Oh, wait. Was Bev Big Head one of the crossovers?
Maybe. Carlos Alazraki? Oh, he's he's the teacher in Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents all the time.
Oh,
cool. I didn't know that. Mr. Whatever. I can't remember his name. I'm a fake fan of Fairly Odd Parents. Two more. Peter Renaday as news anchor. It's misspelled Penaday in the credits. Peter Penaday, previously second longshoreman in Terror in the Sky, doctor in Mask of the Phantasm, priest in The Late Mr. Kent, and captain in World's Finest. And then we have Tress McNeil as Expensive Woman. The woman who's left her car.
Not the rich lady, the expensive woman.
She was previously Woman in Time Out of Joint. Miss Stevenson in Lasac, Little Boy in Holiday Nights. Tour guide in A Little Piece of Home, curator in Mixia's Pixelated, revolutionary in Brave New Metropolis, Margaret Madsen in Cold Comfort, and Marion in Sub-Zero. And probably Duckman Private Dick somewhere. I don't know.
Probably. Why not?
I got some tribs, including some exclusive tribs from Daniel Reba that's nowhere else. I asked him about them. But this isn't the first one. It says, Superman says, no photos, no letters, not a hint of her past. What's your story, Darcy? His lips are out of sync, which we noticed as it happened. We were like, what the fuck is going on? I thought my HBO Max was fucked up, and you might have thought the same. I don't know. But we were both just like, hey, his lips did not match what he was saying at all. They were like 2 seconds off or so. It was really weird. What are you looking up? You're looking up something.
I was looking up the whole Bev Big Head connection because I thought that was a thing, but it doesn't seem to be.
Oh well. One of the reporters at the fashion show appears to be modeled after Billy Batson, alias Captain Marvel in DC Comics. There was he was on screen for like 1 second. It's a guy in a red shirt. I'm burping a lot. I'm sorry. He looks like that guy. The Darci doll, which Darcy was modeled after, clearly inspired by the Barbie doll. When Darcy is imprisoned by Toyman, she wears a black and white swimsuit like the original Barbie doll wore in 1957.
Oh!
It's like the start of that movie when they're doing 2001: A Space Odyssey, and the movie you really like, the Barbie movie.
History.
The original rough sketch for Darcy's character design, drawn by Shane Glines, labels her as Barbie Doll Girl. So they must not have had the name figured out yet, I guess. This is what I got from Dan, which is some cool stuff.
Tell me the cool
toy
stuff.
soldiers who kidnapped Darcy at the start were all based off of existing toys the DCAU crew played with as kids. The knight was based on the Shining Knight of the Noble Knights toy set from the Lewis Marks and Company toy manufacturer, who also produced Rock'em Sock'em Robots and The Big Wheel.
Hell yeah.
The cowboy was based on Johnny West, also of Marks Toys, a central character of their Best of the West toy line. And the astronaut is based on the 1960s astronaut figure from the G.I. Joe series.
Oh, hence
that's
the scar.
Cool. Yeah, I guess so.
Dude, that's
when I looked
cool.
all these up, they're pretty like identical to what these toys look like in the episodes.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Sick.
Yeah. That reminds me, I did like the moment where the cowboy comes in with his head in his hand and Toyman's like, asks him a question and then he like manually nods his head with his hand. that was clever. Last thing I've got, when the mechanical kangaroo punches Superman in the face, there's a full screen frame of a fire explosion, which is reused footage from Where There's Smoke when Volcana blasts Superman with a fireball in the parking lot. This is used again later when Toyman's scoreboard explodes and when Toyman's helicopter blows up. There was some other moment where you said, is that a reused explosion? And it probably was. I think it was when those tin soldiers shot themselves or whatever. We're up to Keen Effects.
Yay.
What were some keen effects in this episode?
The low-hanging fruit was the electric laser fence thing. The more subtle thing that I was impressed with was them flying over the ocean. The astronaut,
like hand-drawn ocean.
Yeah, and like the waves kind of lapped up in a half bowl kind of shape.
I think when Superman clapped the fire, despite how ridiculous that is, it was a very keen, like, animation of the blasts going through the fire and then the fire shooting out the window and stuff like that.
That's the real struggle here, is to be like, well, this was all bullshit, but, well, okay, technically
it was really
speaking.
well done, yeah. Also, I noticed when he disappears, you made a comment of like, oh, whenever something shitty's happening, Clark Kent just leaves or whatever.
Yeah.
Why does he do that? Oh, well, like Jimmy Olsen never goes like, holy shit, hang on. Like, he was my ride here. Like, where the fuck did he go? But
fuck.
When he does go around the corner to change, I told you recently I watched all the like 40s Superman cartoons.
Yeah.
And every time that he becomes Superman, he goes, this looks like a job for Superman. Like he like halfway through the sentence changes into a Superman voice.
Okay.
And then just darts around a corner into some like closet, or the phone booth is the classic thing or whatever. but he always has like a light on in there. So when he closes the door, it's just a silhouette of him. And while it's great, like you can just see him real time changing clothes, not like fast Superman style. He's just like pulling his shirt off and doing all this stuff. And it's always in silhouette. And I assume that that's what that was referencing when he does that in like a tent in this episode. You could just see like a full obvious silhouette, like shadow of Clark Kent just casually taking his clothes off. And I was just going like, oh, cool reference, but also like everyone can see you doing this.
I love the idea of him doing that whole, silhouette changing, whatever. But then he has that experience that I think we've all had of like taking off your pants and you're like, your heel gets caught. And you kind of like trip taking your pants off or whatever.
Have the music. It's like womp womp. Just really awkwardly cut out every time he's fucking up. But shit, like hopping backward and stuff.
The tie gets caught.
Darci got kidnapped completely already. Thanks for taking your damn time there. It was a neat little moment otherwise. The Death Fist Ninja thing kind of like 2D'ing out of nothingness was keen.
It reminded me of an old CRT TV. You like turn the power off and it would kind of like it would, I don't know how to describe this. It would shoom down to like a point. And the Death Fist Ninja kind of did the same pshoo, but he went down to a line.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Thank you.
I got it.
Pshoo.
You're welcome. There's no CGI, I don't think. So we haven't had it for a while. It's just kind of a pointless category.
I'm fine with that, Jamie.
Okay, Superman's powers. I feel like he did do a big clap and we've forgotten about it. And let me look at the list here to see if
calling
there's anything
it the clap
about
is low-hanging fruit, but I would love to do that.
Yeah, but I feel like we would have if we...
Yeah, that's why I did look for that.
Let's see. Let me list off his powers. We haven't done that for quite a while.
Okay.
We have Ultra Crush, Selective Dog Listening, Pervo Vision, Hedgehoggin / Dreidel Power / Tasmanian Hoover, The Hot Look, aka Superman's Eye Glue, aka Look and Shave, Hard Skin or Zigzag Eye Resistance, Big Jump / Airbending, Superman's Bifocal Spectacular.
How did we come up with this shit, man?
Garlic Breath, Light Punching, the Macro Wave, that was when he just put his palm out and said no to the gun or whatever. Light Griffey Jr., Oxy Cling. The S stands for feet. This says his powers must originate somewhere that wasn't covered by the anti-kryptonite suit. Condiment Secretion, which is both to form a condom over his body and to spit ketchup. Keyboard Warrior Nephew, goes to the machine. The ability to know how to power the big roof gun. ND Filter Irises. Big Stomp. Okay, that might be what I'm thinking of because he did a big stomp. Fingering Precision and Throat Magic. I guess we don't have big clap, so what do we call it? I mean, low hanging fruit, the clap, but I don't.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Superman, gifter of the clap.
Or I was trying to think of something to do with how we 3, 2, 1 clap every time. So like Sonic sound sync or something. Like
Sonic.
I don't know.
Sequence.
Close your ears.
Extinguish.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have to agree on what he's doing. Is he making air or is he making sound waves?
So he says close your ears, which makes me think it's more of a sound wave thing.
Yeah, okay. It's just but it's a very loud clap regardless. I don't know. It probably is a sound wave thing. So
clap.
Clapping the sound barrier.
Clapping them out. Wait, what did the guy say? Please applaud or please clap?
Oh, please clap.
You just call it please clap.
Okay. Wait, I have a button that does it.
Please clap.
There we go. Big clap to put out the fire in Obsession. We haven't put one on this list for a while, so that's kind of nice.
That's
I don't think he had any new weaknesses other than those lasers, but we have red lasers from where there's smoke already on here. The weaknesses, we have 2B jellyfished, Prasinophobia, which was fear of green, I believe. The Big Suck, Brainiac's microwave hand, Incubation heat lamp, Grecian columns, Carcoal's bad touch, French LASIK, Bug Zapper Ceiling Banshee Bot 9000, which was the ear bleeding fork thing from Apocalypse Now. Ed Asner's Purple Rod, Fire and Malaser, and Don Knotts Boot Fire.
Jamie, we're so creative.
Everybody's so creative. All right, how strong is Superman 1 through 10?
Fucking 1 and like 6. So
yeah, it fluctuated. 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5 teddy bears with their mouth like on a shelf in the background. that happened a couple of times.
I'm gonna give him 3 empty shelves in the
Darcy's hotel
pantry
room
or whatever. Yeah.
3, I guess she's a robot out of 10.
3 toys from the writer's past coming to abduct a real life
there you
Barbie.
Go. There you go. Where's
you.
Clayface?
He's the ninja. He's Death Fist Ninja.
He can go gloop into the nothingness and then spit himself back out. Yeah, okay. It's the time to play this song that goes like, where the fuck is anything anymore?
It's Superman just from that.
He's bald, I'm bald, we're all bald. But who's the baddest bald of all? It's James and Brian's final call. The Balderarchy.
It looks like in the first Toyman episode, Fun and Games, we gave it to Toyman because we don't know what's going on under that mask thing he's wearing.
That's true.
Also, I guess Darcy was sort of a bad guy at times, and her hair might not be real hair. It's like synthetic toy hair, but she's not bald.
What about the kangaroo?
But it's like covered in hair if he's a kangaroo.
That didn't look like hair though. It was just like painted
metal plastic.
Yeah. Smooth metal plastic.
I think so. Smooth metal plastic.
Get it, kangaroo?
Kangaroo robot. He's going to win the Balderarchy, I'm sure.
Can we talk about, real quick, Winnie the Pooh and how the laziest naming convention ever was for
Kanga and Roo.
Kanga and Roo.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're not a fan?
No. Are you?
I don't know. They're my least favorite of the Pooh canon.
Really? I don't mind them. I hate the, who's the piece of shit? The owl?
Rabbit? Rabbit's like the Squidward.
Rabbit's kind of a piece of shit. You're right.
But I don't think I could say that about
Eeyore's my man.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Books or hip-hop?
I'm going to say books like a manual for toys. and stuff. But the Death Ninja fight had some cool music happening, so I don't know.
I'm also going to say books.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Before we do the top 10, the music talk reminded me, there was a moment when the same keen moment of the astronaut flying over the water, the music had a really like abrupt change for just like 2 measures where I was thinking it sounded like it was supposed to kind of be like a James Bond, like it sounded very like 70s James Bond like background music. And I was like, is this like a Moonraker reference? Like, did she just take something from Moonraker? I don't know. It was a very weird little like, oh, okay. And then it was over.
I didn't notice it sounding Moonraker-y, but I got the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the music of the Death Fist Ninja. Do you think they called him just Fist Ninja first? And they're like, we better put Death in there
we can't do that, guys. We can't call him the Fist Ninja.
Fist Ninja Death. That doesn't work either. Top 10 for Superman? No. Sorry. We did put New Kids in Town on the top 10. Did we want to put that on the Yop 10 at all? We forgot to check on that. I don't think I'm gonna.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Also,
I gotta give it its due, due.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Should I put this on the Yop 10?
Schitt's Creek? You're putting it Underworld's Finest, so that's fine. Just the entire show.
Schitt's Creek had some very low moments for me, but it's very good, Jamie.
I'll check it out.
It's very good.
At some point in my life. Okay. We do the mail. We tell Brian what the name of the next episode is, and he tries to guess what it is, and by we, I mean me.
Yeah! That yop. That one small extra yop, put it over.
We drop.
What we drop?
Our weekly yop.
Oh yeah, those.
Into the comment box.
We.
There sure was a lot.
Now Jamie's mad.
Too bad we're all.
At least I am.
And by we, I mean me. Me tried to tell him what Bizarro James tell Brian what name of next episode am.
Bizarro, Mark.
If you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, which is better than Schitt's Creek, you can send a short-ass email or an email for your ass, or and I'm defining it, or a 60-second voice message to batwagonpod@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on today's episode on the Spotify, Pod Tower YouTube channel. I clicked the Spotify button as I was saying that and maced up what I was saying.
Maced.
Please don't spoil anything past this episode for Brian. The only comment we got on last episode was just you saying Mark Aquino and pray hands emoji. So thank you for that.
I was looking
I'm sure you
at
didn't
my
listen
phone
to the podcast at all.
I was looking at my phone. No, I was looking at my phone when the alert came in, like new jump on the Bat-Wagon. And I was just like, what are the chances? And so I went to the episode and no one had commented. And so I was like, oh, I should do like a first thing. And then my brain was just like, it'd be funnier if you just said Mark Aquino. So that's out there.
It was.
On
I
the
laughed at it when
Spotify
I saw it.
episode.
It's your surprised face in a picture frame going, Mark Aquino. These are comments and emails from last episode. Beware the creeper or back mullet on a cardboard pool table, feat Jordan Newman, the new Batman adventures. This is from Euphonium Star. Beware the damage report.
Okay.
News crew, wall pipe, windows, crate, Ace Chemicals, plant, Jack Ryder's clothes, skin, insanity, trash can, bottle, clothes, mannequin, taxi driver, pool table, skylight, window, crate, statue, Joker's hideout, globe, float, Joker mobile, Harley's costume, Joker's suit, and nose.
Wow.
Nose.
You could argue that's just the Joker, but also I like the description.
Yeah, it's the part of him. I want to nose. Wishbone, that's a dog. PBS something. I always love seeing how these unhinged subtitles manifest themselves. I wanted to read that one because I have been wondering that when people, new podcast episode, beware the creeper or back mullet on a cardboard pool table. Do they go, oh boy, I can't wait to see what the fuck that got them to do that? Or do they go like, these fucking guys every time?
I bet it's 50-50. I bet it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Survey says, listener, let us know for next time. Just a bonus comment. Let us know if you like the subtitles and you're excited by them, or if you are absolutely tired of our bullshit.
Can you please not do that? Yeah. Dylan Pollock, obsession, or my feelings about becoming the third host of this podcast. Oh, I'm not connected to Bluetooth at all.
Sick.
While I'm connecting to Bluetooth, Dylan, I'll give Dylan blue balls on his comment. Banana Man says regular okay.
Oh, okay. Regular okay. Do I respond regularly?
I guess so.
Okay.
But imposter Banana Man says fake okay. So it means nothing.
What's the timestamp on those two?
Let's see. Banana Man's was they're both 4 days ago. They're 2 comments apart from each other with Dylan in the middle.
It's a Dylan sandwich. It's a banana Dylan sandwich.
Speaking of Dylan,
it's time for the thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock on obsession or toying with Superman. Wow, Toyman is the most impressive inventor of the Batman Superman show since he has given full sentience to a robot. So I guess that beats Firefly's lightsaber thing and, I don't know, Brainiac's long-armed robot thingies. Am I the only one who wishes we could see underneath Toyman's mask every time? Because I am so damn curious about what this freaky voiced little man looks like.
Yes.
Also, Superman gets beat by Death Fist Ninja. So I guess you could say he gets death fisted by the ninja. Wait, no, you shouldn't say that. Also, I want to know, what is the end supposed to mean? Did Darci fix herself? And is the implication meant to be she has Toyman in the case? What do you two think? That's not the question of the week, though. This is Jim's favorite part. If you had to rank these 3 voice performances, all are great. How would you rank them? Corey Burton as Brainiac, Bud Cord as Toyman, and Michael Ansara as Mr. Freeze.
Oh.
Mr. Freeze, Brainiac, Toyman.
Brainiac, exactly. Yeah. They're both all, I guess,
they're
Mr.
both
Freeze and Brainiac.
All.
They're both all. Mr. Freeze and Brainiac are both pretty monotone, I guess,
they're
or whatever.
Stylized.
But enough to still have emotion. Toyman's is just, I just don't like listening to it.
Yeah, he's creepy.
Yeah.
Which is, he's good. He's good, but
it's not necessarily like the creepiness of the character. Like, he does a good job of doing that, but it's more just I don't know, what he says and how he says it. I guess it's effective, maybe, that I don't want to listen to it.
I guess it's effective, maybe.
Lorenzo Valdez, Books, Hip Hop, and Teen Titans. James Gordon and Brian Eack, and Jack Ryder, who initiated the discussion upon which I am writing to weigh in. I think of the books or hip-hop distinction as somewhat akin to what was done with the Teen Titans theme songs by Puffy Ami Yumi, with the intention for the English version to be used for more serious episodes and the Japanese version to be used for sillier episodes. That didn't wind up quite aligning with how I would characterize or classify certain episodes of that show, but supposedly that was the idea. If you choose to read this email on air, it will be read on a Lana Lang episode, which is super exciting to me. Klana forever and always, Lorenzo Vault. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably subconsciously what we're doing with books and hip hop, but we shouldn't keep defining it. We're not gonna make it make any sense.
Yes,
we can't make it make sense. Eric LeBeau, Obsession, or Hey, a Toyman episode in December. It all works out.
Oh, wow.
Even at his best, Croc can't stop getting us both into trouble.
I feel like this is easily the episode where you have to suspend your disbelief the most, because there's no way Darci would have gotten a career without a birth certificate, a license, or any kind of ID. Also, I'm just going to assume that Clark used his X-ray vision to find out if those lackeys were robots, because a throw like that would have absolutely killed a normal human being. Speaking of, why did Toyman sniff Darci's jacket if she's a robot?
Yeah.
What does she smell like?
Yeah.
Circuit boards and plastic skin? I ask these questions not because I know the answer, but because I don't want to know the answer. Until next time, support the Patreon and keep calm and yap on.
Thank you.
Hey Croc, you're just in time. I was about to put that Brainiac figure in my display case. An angry letter in the mail. Let me see that. Croc, this is just an L with a frowny face on it. Rock! Oh, there's another side. Dear perpetrator owner, please have your dog return our prototype miniature Brainiac weapon to us, or we will have to take drastic measures. Signed, LexCorp Cares. Run, go now, now!
Uh-oh.
Dog ? Even if they somehow physically mistook him as a dog and he's just going, rock, rock. I guess a dog could sort of make those sounds.
There's a dog out there somewhere that barks like that.
Rock. From Allegra, Yopton's log number 114.
Allegra.
The Yopton arrives late to the party.
Yopton's log, number 114. I made it. I made it to the flesh tints of Big Bus. I'm here. Here to see the wonders of the world's finest.
Aww.
Where did everybody go?
Aww.
Oh, that was back in March. Sorry about that. March 9th. I'll always remember that from how often we were. March 9th.
I know.
All over the place.
Fucking hell.
Dr. Derp, Obsession, or yet another incel villain. Yeah, this wasn't as fun as the first Toyman episode. I suppose it tries to be, what with the kangaroo and all of Toyman's other gadgets, but this premise is just fundamentally uncomfortable in a way that doesn't feel as earned as something like Growing Pains. Maybe this story would have worked in a continuity where Toyman and his crew were given a scarecrow-like redesign to be more frightening, but the juxtaposition between this episode being genuinely intense and being comedic for seemingly its own sake just does not click for me. This isn't like See No Evil, where the funny moments provide much-needed levity. It's trying to present Toyman as both a disturbing and humorous antagonist at once, and it doesn't work. It would be like if Judge Frollo... Oh, he's making jokes. I don't know. It'd be like if Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame was terrified of Esmeralda's goat as if it was Captain Hook's accursed crocodile. Then again, I suppose the demonic imagery of a hellfire goat speaks for itself. I do like Darci herself and the twist that she's a life-size Barbie doll, but I don't feel like this episode did the pitch complete justice. It's a shame, too, because the supporting role for Mary Jane Watson was a nice touch. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to watch the new Creature Commandos cartoon that has absolutely nothing in common with this episode. It's a good show. If Brian, not everyone that's not Brian, you should go watch it.
Fuck.
Sorry, Brian.
Okay.
LexCorp Cares, we didn't make the doll. Mandatory idiot message. I can't believe I have to do this. Sent from a phone, just a normal phone, nothing special. Okay, it produces 6 milligrams of neurotoxin, but we swear that it's okay.
Hello there, Jormungandr and Byzantine. You know, I get very few days off here at LexCorp, and I was very upset to have my holiday tradition of darkening all the apartment windows and screaming until my voice is no longer capable of producing sound interrupted by idiots. Messaging me, calling me, standing outside of my apartment, doing everything they could but sending a fucking pigeon to ask me why we here at LexCorp, Lex Luthor's LexCorp, have made a walking, talking, breathing, homicidal Darci doll. We didn't! LL Fashion is in no way connected to the LL that stands for LexCorp. It's very easy to understand, especially if you'd contact our lawyers, which no one bothered to do. Now I am on my 14th call to every available press outlet to go ahead and get ahead of this situation. All right, well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas time as I will return to my tradition of screaming. Have a happy holiday.
Don't we all? Just scream. I have Christmas, but I must scream. Kyle obsession. It's Friday. It's Friday. Got to read the mail on Friday. I'm so sorry. Stay Yoppie.
Hey, Yoppie dudes. Hey. I hope this message finds you well. The more we've seen of Toyman, the more I think at least this version that we have in the DCAU would fit better in Batman The New Adventures or Batman The Animated Series. Mm-hmm. His creepy toy aesthetic, as well as his clear obsession literally in this episode over something he created. And let's not evaluate this power dynamic, which certainly would be even more problematic if it was written through today's eyes. But that made me really curious. What's a character you think in the Batman world that makes way more sense in the Superman show? So if you could flip them over and maybe they would be more interesting if the story was told where they were facing Superman. I don't know. I thought that was something to discuss on the podcast, and I'm curious what your opinions on that would be. Have a great day and awkward conclusion.
Never apologize for concluding awkwardly. Did you have an idea? Because you seem to be on top of that.
Who was the VR baddie?
What?
In BTAS, like in BTAS, the
Riddler?
Was that the Riddler?
That did the computer game? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's Riddler. Unless you're thinking of someone else.
No, I think that might have been the Riddler. I was trying to remember what bad guy made that happen.
All I was thinking of was like Batman villains that are more like super powered or like out of this world kind of thing, like Clayface or like Mr. Freeze is kind of sci-fi-y and that kind of stuff, but they all have such tragic like emotional stories that I feel like Batman is more appropriate for them. Like Superman would just be like a big clay guy, punch it, zap it, boil it, and then it's done.
Heat vision until he sort of dries out and then punch him into dust.
Yeah. I'm like, that was weird.
Ooh.
The end.
Ooh, what about the werewolf?
Oh, yeah.
Who's not really always a bad guy?
Wait, are you talking about Man-Bat? Are you talking about the werewolf?
The werewolf.
Okay. Well, he was like a sort of bad person, but he was also
he ended up being a good person.
Turning into a werewolf.
That's kind of... yeah, okay. Fucking hell, maybe Poison Ivy.
Yeah, like sci-fi kind of people is all that's coming to mind. But then they just all feel so attached. It is weird that every time that we're answering a Batman villain, I'm like, yeah, but they're like Batman's villain. When he says that about Toyman being more of a Batman villain, I'm like, yeah, that I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's harder to come up with Superman villains that are interesting and not just Obsesso comes from space.
Right. I know. I feel like we started off so strong because like Lobo's just freaking excellent, and he wouldn't make sense as Batman villain. And I kind of expected that level of creativity for the whole show, but it's not really panned out that way for me.
Yeah, there's just been kind of some stuff happening.
Like Lex, I think, is a great antagonist.
Yeah,
and
we haven't seen him in so long.
We haven't seen him in so long. He's reminiscent of, weirdly enough. Okay, stick with me. Those who have played the game, Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2 is just name. He's like this pinnacle of bad guy who you don't hate all the time, but you really hate him sometimes. And I think Lex has kind of got that thing going on where he's like obviously a bad guy, but he's like not always a bad guy, and it just kind of like it puts him in an interesting point.
A character like Batman or Spider-Man or something feels like it makes sense that they have like a rogues gallery of like endless people that are constantly coming up for them to fight. But like Superman, for some reason feels like he should have like Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Darkseid, maybe two other people. And then like, that's fine. That's enough But then they also have to do all these other like quirky, weird guys that sometimes don't feel like they belong or actually are a threat or whatever. Like,
well,
I don't know.
You have to make the scale, I think, a little bit more extreme when someone has the powers of Superman. But instead, they just occasionally just make him weaker.
Yeah.
Oh, so wow. Maybe that's my issue with it.
Yeah, so that he can actually have an episode with this villain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get to the end of the show in a few episodes and you'll feel like it was all worth it. I don't know.
Okay.
We have Ryan Hip, the Kids WB Incel Jamboree 98. If I had a nickel for every time a major revelation in a Superman story was uncovered in part because a Daily Planet reporter looked inside a refrigerator, yada, yada, yada. Clark Kent has a fembot fetish #canon featuring E.G. Daily as expensive woman. Expensive. Because that's who you thought it was last time.
Yeah.
Here's the voice message.
Did this episode feel longer than 22 minutes to anyone else?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can't believe what a thrill it is to share the stage with somebody so amazingly talented as everybody's favorite. The time Superman murdered Jackie Lex. Unbelievable.
That's Kangaroo Jack.
If I could play it like that, I wouldn't have to sing, you know? So, we've made it to the second episode, the number 2 episode, the poo-poo episode of ones I own cells from. I put a picture in the email. James has seen this one before, but not the other guy. Forget his name. He doesn't talk to me anymore. So check that out. Also check out, if it's not out already, should be out before Christmas, the new Channel KRT podcast. They had me on again to talk about a certain Christmas film. I think you know the one, but if you don't, a certain Batman's in it. James owns a bus that's in it. Snowdad's better than no dad. All that stuff. Have a Yule that's Cule, what? Fuck.
Yeah, this Superman breaking chains behind me. He's talking about the Jack Frost movie with Michael Keaton.
Oh.
There's like a panning shot of like a desk or a table or something that has that Superman bust on it, but it has a Batman head on it instead of Superman. As if like that's how they got away with having it in the like, oh, it's not a copyrighted character. It's 2 of them together. I don't really know why. I didn't know. Ryan had pointed this out to me like a year ago or something, but
that's amazing.
It is very weird. Thanks, Ryan. Last verse we have Mark Aquino. I'll save my thoughts on obsession for next time to talk about the most important thing to happen in this Yoppie community of ours, the Great Banana War of 2024. On one side, you have me, Bizarro Mark, Scarface, Banana Man, his wife and child, Ma and Pa Kent with shotguns, and Bibbo. It's us against all these imposters who are led by the evil Banana Man and Banana Mark. You see, our one true Banana Man wants peace and coexistence with humankind.
Is that true?
But the others wish to overthrow society and replace all that you care about. And worst of all, Brian, they wish to outlaw dogs, juggling, and Aesop Rock.
Not okay.
They must be stopped.
Okay, I'm on your side.
Picture in your mind the most elaborate, mystifying, epic battle scene you've ever seen in a movie, TV show, anime, or video game. Now picture that, but with bananas. Weapons of all sorts are being used. Swords, axes, machine guns, laser guns, bows and arrows, laser bows and arrows, etc.
Okay, so now I need to get my next tattoo has to be a banana with a laser bow and arrow. That sounds great. Someone design that for me, please.
It reminds me of the crossbow launcher. Did I ever tell you about this?
No, does it launch crossbows?
Yeah, it was a gun we wanted to make for the high school movie, the Brigadier Crenshaw movie, where in the final battle there would just be a giant crossbow, but it would just launch smaller crossbows. It was way too much to figure out.
That's very clever.
The battle is immense. The casualties are numerous. Me and Banana Man are cornered by Banana Man Bat. That's Banana Man and I. But wait, by God, it's Dan Reba's music, and he hits him with a chair. Unbelievable. And he brought reinforcements. They're all here. Dylan, Kyle, Jordan, Keen, all the names, even the Sewer King, and Brian's dogs. The battle rages on. So many details, yet too many to fit in this comment.
Don't you do that.
They're robot versions. I don't know. The rest of the evil Banana Mans are seemingly defeated. Our evil bananas are seemingly defeated and end up in a comically large blender that hasn't been turned on yet. Banana Mark and I have a DBZ-style final showdown on top of a mountain. He's wielding the Infinity Gauntlet and seems to have the upper hand. But wait, Banana Man rushes up the mountain and sucker punches Banana Mark. It's 2 against 1, and yet the fight is evenly matched. Banana Mark tackles me off the mountain, the both of us plummeting down toward the comically large blender. But then, Michael Keaton's Jack Frost suddenly appears using Nightcrawler powers and grabs me, telling me that Ryan Hipp sent him in his place. He and I together teleport away and Banana Mark plummeting into the comically large blender. A lid is placed on the giant blender. Scarface presses puree. Oops. The battle is over. Good triumphs over evil. Everyone rejoices. Bells are ringing. They're singing in the streets. Cheers of joy. It's glorious. Sewer King. The worst is behind us. Yes, yes, yes. Banana Mark. Hey, everybody. We're all gonna get laid. Everybody. Yay. Boss Biggest Paradox. That's the end of the thing. To the number 1 podcast.
What an outro.
This multiverse of ours. Joanne Fabrics and Balls of Fury. Praise to our Lord and Savior Dylan Pollock. Keep up the great work on your own podcast. Remember to tell Gab that she rules. Likewise to all his loyal disciples, all the names, and all the awesome sauce listeners of this Yoppie community of ours. You're all the absolute best. Don't you ever forget that. Yop from the Yop Tower was supposed to be there on the side of the evil bananas, but he didn't show up because the public transit bus will only take exact change and not pocket lint. Till next week, big ol' whoosh. I just flew away, baby. Oh my goodness, Mark.
Wow.
I hope that draws that to a conclusion, but I'm glad I could picture it. I could see it.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I don't know about the orgy at the end, though.
Yeah, especially because Brian's dogs are there.
Yeah, guys, come on.
I mean, are they getting laid? Are they laying each other? Or are they just in general?
Okay, we're moving on.
All right. The next episode, we have 9 Superman episodes left and 1 Batman episode left. Next will be our final episode of 1998 and our last podcast of 2024.
Oh my God.
The episode is called Little Big Head Man. What's it about, baby? And what show is it?
Oh, fuck, man.
We had Banana Man and all that shit.
Please tell me it's Superman.
It is Superman.
Okay, good. I didn't want Batman to go out
Batman
in such a
episode to get Little Big
dumb,
Head Man.
Little Big Head, Little Big Head Man. Is this is it a new villain?
No.
Little Big Head Man.
Who's little and has a big head?
That's what I'm trying to think of. The Toyman? Is he back?
No, it's not Toyman.
Thank
That's
God.
a good guess, I suppose. Littler and bigger head.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay,
Yeah?
I could be up for some chaos. We're going to do a Mr. Zixcapliclion.
Yep. Mr. Zixcapliclion. It's the villain. This means we're going to theoretically have Joe back for the final episode of 2024.
Whoa.
So that's cool.
We're going to have Woe
G.I.
back.
Joe.
Get your Woe back. Okay. Well, let's make that happen.
Yep. Sounds good, I guess. Well, we'll see you for the grand finale of this calendar year next week for Little Big Head Man.
Wow.
Are you excited?
Not ready for this.
All
Nope.
right. Okay.
Listener, you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
And
by the time you hear us again, it'll have been Christmas. So happy that.
Are you ready for Christmas?
I think so. All the rest of my Amazon and TikTok shop packages should be showing up relatively soon. And then I have to wrap a bunch of stuff. And then it's Christmas. That's how it works.
I think I've got one more.
It was funny whoever last time said, like, oh, it was LexCorp Cares being like, why doesn't Blitzen like Christmas? You know, and I thought he was referring to the fact that many times in the past you've just said you don't like Christmas, and not the Document Angel juxtaposition or whatever.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The LexCorp Cares message about making Document Angels.
Oh, right.
The
Fuck.
shredded
Oh my
documents,
God.
for God's sake.
I thought you were like Document Angel as a character, and I was like, who the fuck is Document Angel?
Remember Mr. Zark Blixum?
Oh, yeah, of course. Him with a little pork pie hat.
Angel. Yeah.
Document Angel. Wow.
There's a Batman villain that makes more sense for Superman. No.
Document Angel, yeah. Jamie, quick, say something funny to end this podcast.
Oh. Brian, your angel of document awaits. I don't know. Is that funny?
Nope.
I don't think so.
After a search that took in the entire bay, police
should I just
found
keep
no sign
talking
of
even though no one can
Darci
hear you?
Mason or her captor, the Toyman.
So my
Coast
voice
Guard
is
has
probably
expanded
happening over the
search
top of the
to include open sea.
clip at the end of the episode right
Spokesperson
now or
admits
something.
there's little
Yeah.
hope of finding survivors.
Oh, like
I'll get this for
like
you, ma'am.
geometry class, I think, like junior year. And you just kind of tuck it in the belt line.
Well, I guess I'll need a little help. Be right back.
Jump on the Bat-Wagon is hosted by the Watchtower Database. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for DC Animated Universe videos on a regular basis. This podcast is edited and produced by yours truly, James Strecker. Musical themes by Kimmy, Cooney Phoenix, Viltsu, Eric LeBeau, Jordan Blumen, my mother, and of course, my smooth co-host, Brian, brother Broderick Meneely. To buy us a Yoppie beverage and hear your name read in a future episode, or to nab yourself a Yoppie Dude t-shirt, please visit the links in today's show notes. Thank you for supporting the show. You can hear more on today's DCAU episode by checking out our friends over on the DCAU Review and Tim Talk podcasts. Please leave us a 5-star review on your app of choice. You'll damn well hear it read on the show. If you'd like to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of World's Finest Part 3, you can email batwagonpod@gmail.com or leave a comment on the Pod Tower. New episodes of Jump on the Bat-Wagon are released Fridays on all your favorite podcast feeds and watchtowerdatabase.com. And we'll see you next episode. Same PP time, same poo-poo channel.